Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Surajit and welcome to my second part of the real-time chat application using Firebase and React. On our previous tutorial, I showed you the demo of our application. In this tutorial, we will cover key concepts for authenticating a user with Firebase in a real-time chat application. We will integrate a third-party auth providers, for example Google, Twitter and GitHub. And once users are signed in, we will learn how to store user chat data in the Firebase real-time database, where we can sync data with a NoSQL cloud database. The client application is going to be built in React.js, as it is one of the most popular JavaScript frameworks out there, but the concepts can also be applied for other frameworks. But first, we need to know what is Firebase. Firebase is Google's mobile platform for quickly developing apps. Firebase provides a suite of tools for authenticating applications, building reactive client apps, reporting analytics, as well as a host of other helpful resources for managing apps in general. It also provides back-end management for web, iOS, Android, and Unity, a 3D development platform. Out of the box, Firebase is packaged with features that help developers like ourselves focus on building apps while it handles all server-side logic. That is, authentication includes support for email and password authentication, as well as single sign-on capabilities via Facebook, Twitter, and Google. Real-time database is a NoSQL database that updates in real time. Cloud functions run extra server-side logic. Static hosting is a means of serving assets pre-built instead of rendering at runtime. Cloud storage gives us a place to store media assets. Now, we are going to build an application called Chatty. It will allow only authenticated users to send and read messages, and users can sign up by providing their email and creating a password, or by authenticating through a Google or GitHub account. So we need to set up our Firebase account. So if you don't have any account, so create your Gmail account, then integrate with your Firebase account. And once you have done this, we can officially set up our Firebase account. So first up, go to the Firebase console. Then on the console, we can add a new project. Next, we need to enter the project name. In this case, I am going to make it as React Chatty, as I already have the Chatty project. So I am going to make it as React Chatty. Now we can choose to add analytics to our project, but it's not required. Either way, click continue to proceed. Firebase will take a few seconds to delegate resources for the project. Once that spins up, we are taken to the Firebase dashboard. But before we can start using Firebase in our web app, we have to get the configuration details down for our project. So click on the web icon in the dashboard. Then enter a name for the app and click register app. So in this case, I am going to make the application name as chat. Next up, we will copy and store the configuration details on the next screen in a safe place. That will come in handy in the next step. Again, we are going to authenticate users via email and password with additional options for single sign-on with a Google or GitHub account. we need to enable this from the authentication tab in the dashboard, but we will go through each of them one at a time. There is a sign in method tab in the Firebase dashboard. Click the email or password option and enable it. Now we can set up it in our app. Now, for our web app, we will be using React, but most of the concepts can be also applied to any other frameworks like AngularJS, Vue, etc. We will need Node.js for our React setup, so download your Node.js software if you already don't have. We will use Create React App to bootstrap a new React project. This downloads and installs the necessary packages required for a React application. So, in the terminal, cd into where you would like your chatty project to go and run this to initialize it. npx create dash react dash app, then the project name like chatty, and hit enter. This command does the initial setup for our React application and install the dependencies in package.json. We will also install some additional package when it's done. So I am going to pause this video, and when it's done I will come back later. So let's cd into the project itself and add packages for React Router and Firebase. So type here cd chatty. Now enter or type here yarn add react dash router dash dom, then another dependency that is Firebase, and hit enter. Now we already know why we need Firebase, but why React Router? Our chat app will have a couple of views. We can use React Router to handle navigating between pages. With that done, we can officially start the application using this command yarn start. This starts a development server and opens a URL in your default browser. If everything got installed correctly, you can see this screen. Now I am going to open my Visual Studio Code by using command prompt or terminal. So I am just going to type code, then space, then a dot sign, and hit enter. In our Visual Studio Code, we can see the folder structure here. You can see something similar to this, that is public and a source directory and a node modules directory. And if you expand the source folder, you can see some of the files is already here, that is app.css, app.js, app.test.js, index.css, index.js, logo.svg, serviceworker.js, setuptest.js, then gitignore and package.json outside the source folder. For our chat application, we need to use some of the folder structure like components folder, helpers folder, pages folder, services folder. So here I am just going to elaborate here. Components contains reusable widgets used in different pages. Helpers, a set of reusable functions. Pages, the app views. Services, third-party services that we are using like Firebase. And then the root component, that is app.js. So we have learned how to set up our Firebase account and how to install React application and we have also used some of the folder structure. On our next tutorial, we will set up our Firebase configuration. Then we will go through this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel for the latest video tutorials, and see you next time.